Tell us about what is driving Intel stock lower right now.
So essentially, Nvidia halted a test run of Intel's 18A manufacturing process, which we know essentially is a process that makes chip making more efficient and faster here. So we do have this being really critical to Intel's turnaround story. So that's what's really alarming investors in this moment, because this is essentially a process that should help Intel compete with a global leader, TSMC. So investors are essentially concerned that this is sparking doubts about Intel's ability to push forward.
Well, how important is Nvidia to Intel here, given that Intel is really trying to build trust again, right?
Absolutely. They are trying to build trust. And if we do flashback, we do know that the government took a 10% stake in this company. We also did have Nvidia pledging about, $5 million, if I'm not mistaken, $5 billion, excuse me, to Intel just back in September. But this is really important to essentially get a co-sign from Nvidia. So Nvidia is not currently a direct customer of Intel. They actually work mainly with TSMC. But the fact that they are actually testing out Intel's 18A manufacturing process essentially gives Intel some validity for its foundry business.
So we know that liquidity is a little bit light today with the thin holiday trading, but the stock did react fairly strongly.
Right.
We're down about 3% in the pre-market. Why do you think the market reacted so strongly to this move, particularly if this isn't a contract that we're talking about?
Right. So it's not exactly a contract, as I was reiterating earlier, but people are really interested in whether or not we can see Intel really making some moves in this environment, given the fact that they do have some global competitors and they have struggled for quite a while. So we really, of course, do see shares up pretty substantially on a year-to-date basis, but we really are looking for a turnaround story when we think about it from the investor perspective. So that's why you are seeing share reaction to the decline, because people are really just concerned about the validity of its business and its efforts moving forward.
Well, and also because, as I remember it, didn't they unveil all of this back in October? It was a huge event, a 3-day event, and didn't they say that these 18A processors that were being made in this fab, they would help pay for Intel's own technology in its laptops that are going to go on sale next year. So if they're not working, what happens to that?
Right, there's a lot riding on this, Vani. Investors are really looking to see demand for this. They're also looking to see some valid customers. Of course, Nvidia is a very marquee name. And so investors are really looking to see how many other major customers they can get and whether or not they're really able to push ahead, especially as we think about this U.S. chip making push that we're really seeing from both the government and a lot of customers right now.